What's good, all my trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. I'm your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. In today's video, we're switching things up a little bit. We're gonna do it a little bit different. We are typically talking about growth stocks on this channel. We like to invest in growth stocks. But in today's video, we're gonna be talking about my top 3 buy and hold value stocks. That's right, value stocks, baby. Undervalued stocks. These are 3 stocks that I believe to be undervalued, that if you bought in now, you just hold for a few years, long-term buy and holds, that you're gonna be able to make 20, 30, 50, even 100% profit on these 3 investments. These are 3 stocks that have been beaten down. We are in a very different time in the investing world. The stock market is trading near all-time highs, although we have seen a significant pullback over the last week. But there are a lot of good companies out there that have been beaten down by the Rhinoceros Rex. And I think we're at an inflection point. We have an election coming up. The Rhinoceros Rex cases are spiking. We have all-time high unemployment rates, and that has absolutely demolished some sectors like leisure, travel, retail, the restaurant industry. But that's giving us an opportunity to buy some great companies at great prices. So we're going to be talking about my top 3 value stocks in this video, and then we're going to be talking about why I think the future is looking really bright for these 3 stocks. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell so you get alerted every time I post a video. And do me one big solid. All I ask is for one favor, and that's to like the button. Like the button. Just start clicking all the buttons. All right, my trader and investor homies, let's talk about my top 3 value stocks to buy and hold forever. That's right, we're switching up. We're not talking about growth stocks today. We're talking about value stocks. And I think each of these 3 stocks, they've been beaten down. It's an overreaction, and I think over the next couple of years, each of these 3 stocks has more than 50, 60, 70, even 100% potential. But before we get started, I just do want to talk and make a quick little disclaimer about value stock investing. Just because a stock has been beaten down doesn't mean that it's a good buy. We still need to be investing in good companies that we see to be a good value, right? Just because a stock's sold off doesn't mean you should throw all your money at it right away, because the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. What do I mean by that? Okay, I'm looking at Marriott stocks. I'm looking at Marriott stock, which is a great company. I think it's undervalued right now. We'll talk more about that in a second. But just look at this daily chart. When the Rhinoceros Rex first came around, this thing sold off and just fell off a cliff, right? And did it have any business trading at $70 a share? Probably not. Did it have any business trading at $60 a share? Probably not. But if you bought here at $90, long term, it's probably a good buy. But if you were too leveraged and threw your whole account at this Marriott stock at $90, you would have got stopped out and probably got a margin call because the stock continued to drop. So my point is, just because the stock's sold off, and it probably is an overreaction, you have to be very tactical when you're investing from a value standpoint. Don't throw your whole account at one shot. Don't blow your load all at once. Take stabs, get your cost average down if it continues to drop, and over the long run, you'll make money. All right, let's jump into my top 3 value stocks right now. And like I said, stock number 1 is going to be ticker MAR. That is Marriott, the hotel chain, a great company that has been beaten down because of the Rhinoceros. It sold off hard over this last week or so because of a spike in cases, but I think this is an undervalued stock, and let's break it down. Marriott is one of the biggest hotel chains in the world. We know that the hotel industry got crushed because of the Rhinoceros Rex. And Marriott is one of those hotel chains that really benefits from business travel. And we all know that not only was the hotel industry shot, the vacation travel was shot, but business travel was shot. So Marriott really got hurt because of this. And I believe that this company will survive this Rhinoceros Rex pandemic, will come out and be stronger than they ever were before 3-4 years from now. So I think we're getting a really nice buying opportunity on a Marriott right now. Let's take a look at their brands. They have some of the biggest chains in the world. We have the Ritz-Carlton, Marriott, obviously, the W, Westin, Fairfield, who else? Residence Inn, Sheraton. So Marriott has some of the biggest hotel names in the industry. One of Marriott's biggest selling points is their credit card, where if you use their credit card, you accumulate points and can buy free hotel rooms with those points. And that has really been hurt over the course of the pandemic because people aren't traveling, people aren't accumulating points, people aren't staying in hotel rooms as much, they're not vacationing, they're not using business travel, so the Marriott has obviously been hit. But we gotta think, 5 years from now, are people still not going to be going on vacation? Are people not going to be traveling for business? In my opinion, that will all pick back up once we get this thing under control. So sure, short term being, the sell-off was probably warranted, but long term, it's trading at a really good value right now. I have the weekly chart for Marriott pulled up, and we can see that this baby was trading up near $150 a share, pre-Rhinoceros Rex, and we sold all the way off down to $40 a share at the lows. And I really am kicking myself for not investing in this MAR at $40 per share, $42 per share. But hindsight is 20/20, and I still think it is a very good deal up here at $90. I think this is a stock that makes it out alive. There's no way, in my opinion, that Marriott is hurt long term from this short term blip in the radar. I think it comes out stronger than ever before and recovers, and 5 years from now is trading up there at $150 a share again. So I think it's a really good value. It's a brand that is entrenched in the hotel industry. It's not going anywhere. This is one of the biggest. This is a big name, a great company, and the stock is here to stay, and we're getting it at an extreme discount right now. So I'm putting a 2-year, 24-month price target of $150 on this Marriott stock. A nice return on investment there, in my opinion, and a great value buy. Stock number 2, the second best value stock, in my opinion, right now to buy and hold long term is MGM. We've talked about this one in the past. This is one of my favorite value investments right now in the entire stock market because I believe this to be an overreaction, right? It was trading at over $35 a share less than a year ago, and now it's trading at 20 bucks. And not only is this a value buy, but this is also a growth story in my opinion. We all know MGM Resorts as the big casino company. You drive down the Las Vegas Strip and you see the big MGM signs. It is a mainstay in the American casino game. It is a staple. If you think of MGM, you think of the big casinos in Las Vegas, but that is not why I'm a believer in MGM. I think MGM is a good buy just based on the casino business. Gamblers aren't stopping gambling, and once this thing is under control and we come out on the other side of it, that casino business will pick right back up and get back to where it was pre-pandemic. But that is not why I think this MGM has growth potential and is a good value buy. The reason why I think the growth story is not yet priced into MGM stock is the online sports betting aspect of this MGM stock. Okay, so we've all seen DraftKings, what's happened with DraftKings stock over the last year, because the online American sports betting industry is a huge multi-billion-dollar market, and MGM is getting a foot plant in that industry. They're flying under the radar in this industry. MGM Bet is going to be a huge mobile app around these states that are legalizing online sports betting. Tennessee's about to go live. States all over the United States are legalizing it. It's already legal in a handful of states, and 10, 15 years from now, even the southern states that are entrenched in conservative values will legalize online sports betting because there's just too much tax revenue on the line. It is going to be a huge $50 billion plus industry in the United States, and it's going to take off. And MGM Bet already has partners in the NBA, MLB, NHL. They have some giant partners with the sports leagues themselves, and we're going to see MGM entrenched as one of the biggest players in the online sports betting industry. So if we take a look at the chart, this stock is trading lower than it was pre-Rhinoceros Rex when it was trading up above $35 a share. We crashed all the way down to almost $5, and this thing at $5 was one of the best buys that I've seen in a long time in the stock market. We're currently trading at $20 a share, but I think this is a $40 stock within the next 24 months once some of the earnings reports showing that revenue from the online sports betting come out. I think this is a $40 stock. So even at $20, this is a great value buy, and I also think it's a really nice growth stock as well, because up here at 35, investors weren't counting on the online sports betting revenue and proceeds. So I see this as not only a value buy, but a growth stock as well. The third and final value stock that I see long-term investment value in is ticker symbol RCL, Royal Caribbean Cruises. This is a cruise line company, one of the big mainstays in the cruise industry, and we've seen a trend here. The trend in these three stocks, I think, they're all three really good companies, right? They're all companies that have, the trend with all three of these stocks is that they are all really good companies, right? Really good business models, and pre-Rhinoceros Rex, they were booming, and they all took a big hit with the Rhinoceros Rex, and I think we are getting a great opportunity to invest in these three great companies at discounted price points, and this RCL is no exception. The cruise industry has been shut down, zero revenue since the beginning of the pandemic. The no sale order is supposed to be lifted here shortly in the end of October, but we'll see if that happens. But either way, even if the no sale order, I think this is a good buy at these levels. The no sale order was put in effect really in the beginning of the whole pandemic, and it has been extended until October 31st. So I'm here on the CDC website, and it says the no sale order will be extended until one of these things happen. The first thing is the expiration of the Secretary of Health and Human Services declaration that the Rhinoceros Rex constitutes a public health emergency. That's probably not going to happen anytime soon. The CDC director rescinds or modifies the order based on specific public health or other considerations. And then the third, the most likely thing to happen is October 31st. So they could extend it, or it could just expire on October 31st and the cruise lines get back to work. But either way, I think this is a company that survives, and 5 years from now, we're looking back at one of the best investment opportunities of our time, because sure, they've taken a hit. They haven't had any revenue in months, but this is a company that will survive and get back to those revenues that they were doing before the whole shutdown happened. They are going to be in a troubled spot financially. Obviously, they're just burning cash right now, but they're going to survive because they had almost $19 per share of cash on hand. That is going to allow them to get through this dark tunnel and come out on the other side. I'm sure the cruise line will be offering tons of promotions to get people back on the cruise ships. They're going to have protocols in place to keep everything sanitary, everything safe, social distancing, all that stuff. But 5 years from now, hopefully that won't matter, as there's going to be a vax in place and people will begin traveling like they were 5 years ago. So there's a blip in the road, but this is a company that's going to get through it, and I think we're getting a good opportunity to buy at a discount, right? Pre-Rhinoceros Rex, this was a $130 company. We're currently trading at $54, so this is a 100% upside potential. I think if you hold this stock long enough, it gets back up to those $130 levels, no doubt about it, in my opinion. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys got something from it. If you got something of value, do me a favor and go down there and like the button. Also, check out the link in the description. My homie Webull, that's right, the broker Webull is offering 3 free stocks, not 1, not 2, but 3 free stocks when you sign up with my link in the description and deposit $100 or more. That is a great deal. So if you deposit $100, you're basically going to get back at least 50-60% of that right away in those 3 free stocks. So check that link out. Also, if you're not yet a subscriber, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you get alerted every time I post a video. Until next time, peace.